In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to add this beautiful border to your work. It's a nice simple border but gives a really nice effect, so you could say that they are like little petals almost, or I like to call them little fins because they remind me of little fish or little shark fins popping up out of the water, but obviously that's just me. And if this is your first time visiting my channel, then do press that subscribe button and the little bell button so that you get a notification of all of my weekly videos. But let's get started on this beautiful border. So we want to start attaching our yarn to our project. So I'm going to start with a slip knot on my hook so that I can do a standing double crochet. Now remember, I am working in UK terms here, so in the US this will be your single crochet. So as I say, you want to start with a slip knot on your hook, and then I'm just going to go through any one of my stitches, and then I'm just going to yarn over, and you'll have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both. So that is how you do a standing double crochet. So we're going to just go around the entire project with a row of double crochet first of all. So then into your next stitch, remember, make sure you always get the V on your hook, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both, and again into the next, and you'll do this all the way along, just doing a row of UK double or US single. So I'm just going to keep going here because I want to show you how to get around your corner. So I'm at my corner space now, and in your corners you want to do 1 double crochet, chain 1, and 1 double crochet back into that same space. And then I'm ready to carry on going along. Make sure you don't miss your first stitch. If you're working in a square like I am here, make sure you always get that very first stitch after your corner. And as I say, you're just going to do that all the way around now that you know how to get around your corner, and I will meet you when you get back towards the beginning. I'm pretty much back where I started from now. I've just got 1 final stitch here to work into, and then I simply want to slip stitch through the top of that very first stitch and slip stitch, so yarn over, pull through both. So we're now ready to start our little fin shapes. So we want to start with a chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we're going to go back into the 3rd chain. So 1, 2, 3. You're going to insert your hook through that 3rd chain, and you're going to slip stitch. So yarn over and pull through both of those loops. And that just gives us a little point to our fin. You then want to do 3 trebles back into the space where we've just come out from. So yarn over, insert back to where we've just come up from, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2, and then again all into that very same space you're going to do 2 more trebles. So that's another one, and 1 final treble. So that is how your little fin should be looking. You then want to skip 3 stitches on this base. So you want to skip 1, 2, 3, and we're going to slip stitch into the 4th. So you're going to insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, and pull through the loop on the hook. And that has created our first little fin. You then want to slip stitch in the next stitch, and this just gives us a small gap in between each of our fins. And then you're going to start the next one, so you're going to chain 4, and again you're going to slip stitch in that 3rd chain. So I'll pull through both of those loops. Missed one there, there we go. and then 3 trebles back into that same space that we've just come up from our slip stitch. So 3 trebles all in that same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. And again you want to skip 3 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch to the 4th, and that is your second little fin completed. You then want to slip stitch to the next stitch, and again you go into chain 4 and slip stitch into the 3rd chain, and then 3 trebles again into where you've just come up from. I'm just going to stick with you here just so that we can work around the corner. So 1, 2, and 3. So as I'm at my corner, I don't want to skip 3 stitches this time because that would be too much and it would pull my corner up. So to get around this corner I only want to skip 2 stitches. So I'm going to skip 1, 2 and slip stitch to the 3rd instead. And then again slip stitch in the next stitch, and you're ready to carry on by chaining 4, and then you can complete your pattern all the way around, and I will see you in a moment and we will finish off. I'm just getting back round now where I started to, and I've got a little bit of an awkward number of stitches left. So I've slip stitched into this one here, but then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches before I get back to where I started from. So what I'm actually going to do is do an extra slip stitch between these particular ones. So I'm just going to do 1 extra slip stitch, and then I'm going to do my chain 4, and then I'm just going to complete this final little fin. So now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to slip stitch into that final space, and then I'm going to do 1 last slip stitch into the base of where we came up from at the very beginning. So into that very final stitch, I'm just going to slip stitch into there, do a little chain 1, and then I'm ready to snip off and just pull that out. And as I tighten this up, I'm going to make sure that I pull the stitch down, and so that's pulled that around nicely. And so that is how you do that border. I really hope that you like it. It also reminds me of little flower petals, as I said, but I just like the fact that it does just look like little shark fins coming up. I think it's quite fun. But I really hope that you've enjoyed this border, and I will see you for another tutorial very soon.